What's happening, Expeditioners? It's Pete here. I want to read to you another chapter from my book, Amazing Money Stories, True Tales of Greed, Generosity, Success, and Luck. This is one of my favorite books. I've written a number of books, but this is one I can go back to too, because sometimes I forget some of these stories. But this is chapter 18, and it is titled, 1 in a Million. In the wild west of the internet, where fortunes can be made and lost in the blink of an eye, one story stands out as a testament to the power of creativity and the allure of the digital frontier. This is the tale of Alex 2, a 21-year-old student from Wiltshire, England, who turned a simple idea into an online sensation that would forever change how we think about virtual real estate. Back in 2005, Alex was facing a problem that many students can relate to: how to pay for his university education. Instead of taking out loans or working a part-time job, Alex had a different idea. He would create a website called the $1 Million Homepage, selling 1 million pixels for $1 each. The concept was simple but brilliant. Alex divided his webpage into a grid of 1,000 by 1,000 pixels, creating a total of 1 million tiny squares. Advertisers could buy these pixels to display their logos or ads, and each pixel would be a piece of digital real estate that they could call their own. When Alex launched the $1 Million Homepage in August 2000, he had no idea what to expect. Would anyone actually buy these pixels? Would his crazy idea take off, or would it fizzle out like so many other internet fads? As word of the $1 Million Homepage spread across the web, something incredible started to happen. Companies, entrepreneurs, and curious individuals from all over the world started snapping up pixels, eager to be part of this innovative online experiment. The once empty grid started to fill up with a vibrant mosaic of ads, logos, and messages, each one representing a small piece of internet history. As the pixels sold and the money started rolling in, Alex's story caught the attention of the media. News outlets from around the globe covered the $1 Million Homepage, marveling at the audacity of this young student who had found a way to turn pixels into profit. By January 2006, just a few short months after launching the site, Alex had achieved the impossible. He had sold 1 million pixels, generating a staggering $1 million in revenue. The $1 Million Homepage had become a digital time capsule, capturing a moment in internet history when anything seemed possible. I actually remember this. I'm actually confused about the timing. I thought it was a little earlier, but this is at least what I found. If you go to $1 Million Homepage right now, the site is still up, so someone's been paying for hosting for all this time. But I just remember interviews with this guy, and obviously it started a bunch of other things. I think a computer screen at the time was like 1,024 pixels by 1,024, so 1 million pixels. And I just remember him saying that I was trying to figure out what I had 1 million of anything to sell, and I realized I had 1 million pixels, so that seemed like serendipitous, and so it was as simple as that. So he sold them, and some people bought just 1 pixel, some people bought a little block of pixels, but it's just this neon patchwork quilt of little ads and things like that. I don't even know if those companies are still around. It would be interesting to audit it. But the interesting thing is that after this, actually a bunch of $1 million homepages sprung up because people thought that they were going to be able to sell. And as far as I know, no one else was able to do it. It's really the novelty of being first in this case that made him a success, because other people were like, hey, I'll sell 1 million pixels too, or 2 million pixels or something like that. No one else had the success. In fact, there were some other things that I remember. It was like, you would pay me to destroy my car. So pay me $1,000 and I'll knock off the side view mirror, pay me $2,000 and I'll smash the windshield. And people would do this with exotic cars. But I remember a guy with a Dodge Viper, which was one of my favorite cars at the time and still is just one of my favorite cars of all time, was going to destroy Dodge Viper. And I think he only raised like $5,000. Basically, the Viper was destroyed by hitting the doors with a bat and smashing the hood and stuff like that. But he expected more and more money to come in. And so he did not get $1 million out of that. I think if you had bought every piece of damage you could, it was supposed to generate like $500,000 or something. So there were a lot of people who took the idea and tried to use it in a different way unsuccessfully, which is good because I certainly like people being creative, rewarded, but it's just one of those things. It's like watching Shark Tank and you're like, man, I could have thought of that. I could have done that, because I'm sure it was a lot of work to sell each of the little pixels and make sure the site was built nicely so that everything fit. I'm actually not even sure how you do that manually, man. It must have been a lot of work, but $1 million is also a lot of money. So hopefully you found that interesting. I'll see you later.